Hello everyone! I'm going to take you on a journey and show you firsthand, up close and personal, all of the shortcomings of Windows 10 and how they've actually already been dealt with in a version of Windows 10 called LTSB, Long-Term Service Branch. The only problem is, you can only buy it if you're a volume license customer. Which means if you aren't an entity with 50 or 60 employees plus, chances are it's going to be unavailable to you. But that's okay, because the Windows 10 other versions that we use, they're free, right? Oh no, wait. They cost $100 plus. So we're going to be comparing and contrasting LTSB to so-called Windows 10 Professional in this video. And the reason I want to do that more so than the home versions is they actually had the audacity to throw the label Professional on Windows 10 Pro, and yet it has almost all of the shortcomings that the home SKU products do. And as I learned while making this video, they retroactively changed Pro in the anniversary update and made it where certain settings were enterprise only, such as the ones that removed the Windows Store and all the bloated crap from your start menu. But we're going to get into that now. So here we are on the desktop of LTSB. The video driver isn't installed because I don't have the tools yet. This is a fresh install, and this is VMware. But check out Start button. Boom. Look at that. No bloatware programs. Nothing. It almost looks like some sort of professional computing environment, maybe for a workstation or something like that. Let's check in on Windows 10 Professional. One of the first indications that you're dealing with a professional operating system is that there are ads all over the login screen. I feel more productive already. Let's go ahead and get logged in. Surely this is going to be the most egregious example. How about the start menu? Oh my God. Is this a cell phone? I would also like for you to take notice, over on the right, all these icons, those are programs that are downloading. It didn't even install. That's bloatware we're yet to receive. Let's skip ahead. I hate surprises. Well, it looks like it finished downloading the stuff for us. Minecraft. I wonder if that's the version of Minecraft that's compatible with Photoshop or AutoCAD. Huh, Autodesk Sketchbook. That's kind of cool. I'm going to check that out. Well, it was actually just a link to download it. It's not even actually on the fucking computer. It's an advertisement.
Hey, why don't you try out our new cloud apps? They only take 17 times longer to launch.
Oh my God, we can finally check out the application that we downloaded. So let's launch it, shall we? All right, Autodesk Sketchbook. Okay. Oh yeah, here's a EULA. I'm sure I'm signing my soul away, so might as well just hit accept. Create account, sign in. 7 days, start drawing without... What the... You want me to create an account to use a sketchbook? Fuck off. Well, now we're sitting here with our head in our hands, but don't you worry. I can teach you how to wrestle a dignified operating system experience out of this travesty. All right, let's fire up the group policy editor. Configuration in these roundabout, enterprise-like ways has just become the norm now, so you're going to have to get used to it. You're going to be seeing a lot of the group policy editor and the registry editor. Wasn't my idea. Okay, so let's just drag that over. Go to administrative templates, and then down to Windows components, and then to cloud content. There's one here called Turn Off Microsoft Consumer Experiences. So we go here, and we hit Enabled. And because it says turn off, we're enabling a turn off. Not that that makes a whole lot of sense, but you got to remember that when you're dealing with these group policy settings. You know, how it worded things. So we're going to hit apply and OK. And there we go. Now, I suppose it is time for a reboot. And we're back, kids. All right. Let's hit start. And it's all still there. Huh. Okay, fine. To the registry editor. Now remember, in Windows, the registry is the ultimate configuration anyway. The group policy is actually just changing registry keys. So, I'm going to go to H key local machine, software, policies, Microsoft, Windows, and cloud content. There it is. And let's see, we are turned on. So that is correct. So in the first anniversary update, they made that enterprise only. So we'll be hacking this thing up with third-party tools in Section 3. We're going to use the anger and frustration from Section 1 to try to learn how to live with this thing. And let me tell you, living with this thing isn't always easy, but you're not exactly given a lot of choices. I mean, you could always say Windows 7, but it's only a matter of time before Windows 7 stops getting security updates. 2020, I believe, unless they've altered the deal further. But then again, it seems that all of our hardware is insecure, because of design flaws anyway, so I don't know that it really matters. I guess security updates keep the most amateur of hackers from getting access to all of your data. So there's that. So in this next section, what we're going to tackle is how they try to take control away from you, even though this isn't a free operating system and you've paid for it. And we're also going to show you how control has been convoluted. We're going to make more use of the tools that were shown in Section 1, specifically Group Policy Editor and Registry Editor. Let's get this thing rocking. You may have noticed this thing called OneDrive that automatically starts and is in your File Explorer. You probably don't know what it is unless you're a subscriber. Then I guess it's pretty cool. But who is really? In LTSB, here's OneDrive. You can merely just right-click and hit uninstall. It brings this up, the programs and features, uninstall. A dialog will pop up asking, are you sure? Oh, I'm quite sure. And give it a moment. And look at that. It's gone. Just to show you, here's the File Explorer dialog. And see, it's gone. If you guessed that things would be more complicated in Pro, you were correct. All right, so we're going to bring up our old friend, the Run dialog box, and go to regedit. We're going to be editing the registry some more. Yay! We're going to go to H key classes, root. All right, now we're going to scroll down and we're going to look, it's going to be in all caps CLSID. And we passed it. And there it is. Okay. We're going to drill down. Now we're going to be looking for a ridiculous string of hex. So we're going to use the find function. Edit find. And then type in this hexadecimal phrase. Now I did not type in the whole thing, but it's this one right here is the entire thing. So if you get some sort of ambiguous result, there's what the full string is. All right, here's the actual value we're going to be editing. This D word, system is pinned to namespace tree. So it's currently set to 1, which means true. We're going to right-click, modify, change the value to 0, hit OK. Now it is on false, so it is no longer pinned to the namespace tree. We can verify that by clicking here. I'm sorry, right-clicking, go to File Explorer, and it is no longer there. Speaking of right-clicking, in LTSB, you can right-click the Start menu and go directly to Control Panel. Here it is, Control Panel in all its glory. A lot of stuff that you can do in here that's not annoying. We switch over to Pro, right-click on Start menu. Control Panel isn't there. Now what we have to do to get to Control Panel in Pro is click on the Start menu and type in Control Panel. Control may be enough to get it to pop up. You click on it, and there it is. Now, it may still be there, but they're trying to obfuscate it. What they're trying to do is get you to use this wonderful little thing called settings. And I'm going to show you why the new way is inferior to the old way. Let's create a user. Click on Accounts. Okay, now that we're in here, click on Family and Other People, and then add someone else to this PC. The first thing it wants to know is an email address or phone number. What the hell does that have to do with this? You hit next, nothing happens. So you click, I don't have this person's sign-in information. Now it's prompting us to create an account on behalf of someone else. So let's click add a user without a Microsoft account. And here we go. This is looking somewhat normal. I'm going to put in a name and a password. And now it wants us to put in 3 security questions. So I guess we're just going to ask someone their mother's maiden name just to set them an account up on our computer. Makes perfect sense to me. So now we're going to do it the crappy old way, which isn't crappy and is way better. So we're going to go to Control Panel. You have to type it in. We've already gone over that with Pro. We go to Administrative Tools, Computer Management. It's getting exciting, isn't it? Now in here, you'll see something called Local Users and Groups. Click on Users. Right-click, New User. Fill out the username. You know what? I always do that. Username, then full name, description, password, and these checkboxes here, I'm just going to put password never expires and create. Boom. User created. Do I want it to be an administrator? Right-click, Properties, Member of, Add. Type in administrators here. Check names. There you go. The old way wins. Here's an irritating example of convoluted control. So we right-click and go to System in LTSB. It takes us here, System. We can access the device manager, a lot of pertinent information, advanced system settings, that sort of stuff from here. That's great. Now let's look at Pro. Oh, look. System instead takes us to this shit that's part of the settings menu. Look, it's convoluted. There's a bunch of shit everywhere. And we have to click another item to get to where we actually wanted to be, where we can see the device manager and stuff like that. Do you want more control of your updates? Well, we can get a little, but only in Professional and up. Open up the Group Policy Editor. Go to Administrative Templates. Windows Components. All the way at the bottom. All the way. Windows Update. And then there will be a Configure Automatic Updates. There it is. Click on that. All right. Now, when you hit Enable, you get several settings here. I always go for the Notify for Download and Notify for Install. That way it doesn't automatically do anything in the background. It just lets me know that there are updates. That's the way I like it. There's another thing here called Defer Windows Updates. Now, what you do with that is you can put yourself on the current branch for business. That gives you less feature updates, so more stable, more proven code. I think it's similar to the long-term service branch, but obviously you're going to have enterprise to be on that one. So, do you want to take some control of all the data that's being sent back to Microsoft? Back to the Group Policy Editor. All right. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to go to Administrative Templates, Windows Components, Data Collection, and Preview Builds. Go to Allow Telemetry. Okay. Now, there are 4 levels you can set it at. The lowest, of course, being Enterprise only. Isn't that great? So you want your safe mode menu back. Well, get out your install disk and boot from it. Here we go. All right. Hit Next on the first screen you come to. Then click on Repair Your Computer. Then go to Troubleshoot. Command Prompt. And type in this command. This will give you an F8 menu on boot up again, especially if you don't typo. It's BCD edit, kids, not BC edit. This will give you an F8 press menu where you can choose what operating system mode you want to start up in again. And here it is. Look familiar? Ah, feels like maybe we could actually fix something again. So we're going to go ahead and fire up safe mode. And in safe mode, there will be a superimposed safe mode text on your background. Do you want Cortana to be optional instead of forced on you? Because that's the way any feature should be. If you want to use it, fine. If you don't, fine. Well, here we are in the registry editor once again. So this time, we're going to go to HKey Local Machine Software, Policies, Microsoft, Windows. And we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to create a key. So we're going to edit new key. Now, these are case sensitive. Or I've always been told that. I've never tested it, but I'm pretty sure they're case sensitive. In this case, it's going to be called Windows Search. All right. Now that we've created that, we're going to create a new D word inside of that key. Again, this is going to be case sensitive. Allow Cortana. Now the default on this D word is 0, and in that case, that's what we want it to be, because allow Cortana equals false. Like I said, you got to watch out on the way they word stuff in these, because the actual configuration will be worded allow or disallow, which changes whether you'd want it to be 0 or 1. Want to shut down without doing updates? Check this out. So everything I brought up to this point was configuration that's inherent to Windows. In this section, we're going to get out the cutting torch and the welding machine, so to speak, and we're going to void some warranties. So we're going to download a third-party tool called DWS, Destroy Windows 10 Spying. You can get this on GitHub, for now anyway, because Microsoft bought them, so who knows, right? Okay, dws.exe. That's the program that we're launching. All right. Yes, we do want to launch it. And remember, you could probably break some stuff with this. I mean, I'm just guessing. I mean, it's digging in and it's doing unsanctioned modification. Okay, so we go in here, we look at settings. Now, you might want to pay attention to some of this stuff because if you, for example, click on the Delete Windows 10 Metro apps, if you use some of these, you're not going to want to delete them. That's one cool thing, is that it lets you choose. Of course, there's professional mode here. That allows finer grained control. Really, honestly, most everything you're going to want to look at is probably going to be on the settings menu. So we're going to go ahead and launch this one. All right, now this takes a while to run. This is sped up like 8 times or something like that. So let's have fun watching it. We're done. I think it's time for a reboot. Let's do it. It took a while for it to come back up, almost like after doing updates or something. I cut a bunch of that out because I didn't want to sit here, and I know you didn't either. So anyway, here we go. Now, one odd thing I've noticed, and if you're keen of eye, you may have noticed it because all my footage isn't perfectly in chronological order. Windows thinks there's no internet connection on this adapter now. I'm guessing the host file probably made it where it can't contact some server that it uses for a heartbeat to determine that. That's my guess. See, it's getting on web pages just fine. So let's check out our start menu now. much better. Much better. I think there's a few little loose ends here for us to take care of. We can just unpin these from start. It's the last few little pieces of stuff that we don't want to deal with. So it's taken quite a bit of effort, but we've managed to, create some kind of semi-dignified computing environment out of this Windows 10 Professional. I don't like the fact that we basically had the same thing out of the box with LTSB, and yet they won't let us buy it. Of course, then again, I guess if we had LTSB, they wouldn't be getting nearly as much data to sell to third parties, would they? Well, I don't know for sure that that's what they're doing, but I have a hunch. It's a real shame that LTSB isn't available to any of us. If only there was some way we could get our hands on it. Oh well, I suppose the solution will present itself at some point in time in the future. Until then, I guess we're just going to have to hack up Windows 10 Pro. I hope this has been informative.